Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Since I've soft launched Christmas nails, we're going full on with today's design pretty much. So we're going to do a full-on blue design. Although it's literally pretty much screaming Christmas, it's still pretty kind of, well, no, there's a lot going on, but to achieve today's design, very simple, very quick, and hopefully one that everybody can literally recreate at home with everything you've got. So that's a really good sign. Nothing too complicated. Everything uses like minimal skill, to be honest with you. So it's one of those, I reckon, beginner friendly, yet still very, very effective and a very eye-catching and nice design. So I showed you guys all the colors at the start. We've got 3 different shades of blue. You want the lightest, medium shade, and a dark shade. We are going to have an ombre, and I'm going to do a 3-way ombre with all those 3 blue, I was going to say glitters, but no, 3 blue gel polishes. I love me an ombre, you'll probably know. So especially like a 3-way one where all the colors are like in the same, color family, all the blues together, and it just ombres so well and it always looks so beautiful. So we're going to ombre those. We are going to apply a crystal placement down the center of that nail. So if you're not too comfortable with ombres, don't worry about being too precise with this one. We are literally just going to cover it with crystal pretty much almost from the top to the bottom, like a down the center crystal placement. So nothing too, don't worry, don't put too much pressure on yourself, basically is what I'm trying to say. Or if you don't want to do an ombre, switch it up to anything else you want, whether it's a glitter nail, one color nail, whatever you would like. Then the next 2 are a little bit wild. Now, I feel like some people might love it, some people might hate it. I feel like those next 2 have so much going on, almost I'm even kind of feeling like a little bit too much maybe. But you can let me know what you think in the comments, which nail is your favorite, or what you think about this one in particular. But I decided to go in with a marble look, so I'm doing the fun marble method where you're just squiggling down different colors on the nail until you find yourself creating a marble look, which is really, really fun. You're so in control of everything you're doing, and if you're not doing your marble this way, then what are you doing, guys? Try it out. It's so fun, and you're so in control, and it's just great, honestly. So I am switching up with all the different colors, so I decided to go in with the lightest first. Then I'm going kind of upwards with the shade, so then I'm going for the middle one, then the darkest. So I'd go with the lighter one first because I just feel, I haven't actually tried it the other way, but in my head I just think if I go in with the darker one first, it kind of feels like it's a bit harder to eliminate the darker one with a lighter one if I want a bit more lighter later on, if that makes sense. So I prefer to put lots and lots of the light, medium amount of the middle color, and then the littlest amount of the darker shade. I just feel like if I ever need more of that dark, I can just put it in, and it feels like a bit more harder to put in the lighter one. But it's just kind of what goes on in my head, but I know I actually tried it the other way. So I'm not talking from experience, just from the way I'm thinking about it. So at this stage, I'm just kind of covering up any gaps, any lumps, anything else that, any extra swirls that I need to do to create the nice marble that I want it to look like and stuff. So this is why it's so fun and you're so in control. You get to just kind of make the marble look how you want it to look, swirl them or as much or as little as you like, add in extra colors if there's something you're missing. If there's a corner where you feel like it's missing, a bit more of the lighter shade, then just chuck that in there. That's absolutely no problem, and yeah, it's just basically you're in control. You do what you want to do, basically. So once you're happy, pop them all into the lamp, do another coat off camera, and of course excluding the marble. And now we're on to our glitter part of the video. So we are hopping back into those marble nails, and we're going to apply the matte white glitter. So both nails are going to be identical. I think I do show both, but if I any moment in time don't, it's because they're identical. So if I show you guys the one, we're basically doing the same to the other. So here I'm just struggling to pick up the snowflakes, but we're going to place 2 down. And then all around it, we're going to do this white glitter. So the white glitter was kind of supposed to mimic, like the snow look. And then the snowflakes, obviously, being the snowflakes falling from the sky. So that was the kind of gist for this nail, or the vision, or the inspiration, you could say. Kind of like a starry, bluey sky with the snowflakes and snow kind of going down. I am trying to incorporate a little bit more of the smaller chunks of the glitter. As you can see, the smaller ones are actually a bit more opaque than the larger ones, which is quite funny actually. But yeah, that's what that is. We're going to do the same to the other one. I'll show you guys that I think again now. I am using a base coat to help me glue that down into the nails. So into the wet base coat, I'm applying all those glitters and snowflakes. Then I'm popping into lamp, and whilst the base coat is curing, it's just putting anything I just put down on that nail into place, and it won't budge. After that's done, I do then go apply another layer of base coat just to help seal all of that in again before I go in with the top coat. It does also help with lumps and bumps. Nobody's wearing these nails, guys, just a disclaimer. So the snowflakes are obviously sticking out quite a lot on the sides, and usually obviously I'll put a base, you know, what's it called, like a builder gel on top of there, or some clear acrylic, you know, cap that in there. But no one's wearing them, so I just don't want to waste any products or time to be doing that when no one's wearing them. But if you are going to do it on a client, then obviously you don't want them walking out with bumpy, lumpy, catchy nails, so bear that in mind. I'm almost done with the glitter here. A little bit fiddly because you are trying to pick up the glitters, you know, individually in a way, and then position them, move them about, make them, you know, where you want them to be. Bit more of time-consuming part, but I think worth it. Now that that's done, that's the end of our glitter fragment of the video. Now it's time for some stamping. Hopefully everybody has some sort of snowflakes in their collection, whether it's stickers or stamping plates, or just you're an expert at drawing snowflakes yourself, which would be amazing. For me, I'm using stamping plates. I'm going to pick it up with some white stamping polish. This stamping plate is from Clear Jelly Stamper, and I am applying the snowflakes on the border of this ombre nail, and then down the center we're going to do a placement. So this kind of further enhances the reason as to why you don't really need to be too fussed about the ombre if it's a bit not perfect. The snowflakes cover the sides, down the center we're going to have a crystal placement, and you're basically good to go. So don't stress about that too much. I know ombres, even for me, these days it's obviously okay. I've been doing ombres, I mean, as you probably know, every set is an ombre. For me, there's always one in there. But there was a very long period of time where I would just avoid ombre at all costs. And it just, yeah, it's just practice makes perfect, guys. Remember that, because I feel like everything with nails, if you don't practice, you won't get any better. But there's also good ways of still attempt. Don't shy away from it, but then there's other ways that you can then cover up any mistakes or anything that you feel like you don't like the look of. So don't try and skip the ombre, still try it, but then just figure out some way to cover up any mistakes, basically. Because otherwise you're just never going to get better, and it would be really, really nice if you could do a nice ombre. Whether it's for yourself or your clients or anything like that, it's just a nice little skill to have, because everybody loves a little ombre. I don't know why I just became a motivational speaker for nails, but here you go. Now that's cured into place, we've done a matte top coat. I am applying some Madame Glam Nail Art white gel, some dots just to create some extra texture and some extra little looks. This will cure Tack 3 Glossy on top, so I wanted that extra little sparkle in there. Again, it's just a bit busy. I don't know if I would have repeated this nail again now that I look back, but again, let me know in the comments. I feel like some people are going to absolutely love and dig the craziness of those two nails, or a lot of you are probably going to hate it, so let me know which one you are in the comments. Right, now that that's done, we're going to have another two nails that are going to be pretty much identical, but basically flipping it around. So if we've got nails like this one, starting off top right, kind of diagonal line going down to the left, we're going to flip that over to the other nail and start on the top left and drag it down to the bottom right, if that makes sense. I'm not sure I show you guys both on this one, so just you're gonna have to flip it or just pause the video at the end to see how it looks like at the end. But we're going to do these lines with the medium shade of blue, and we're leaving a pretty big gap because we are going to apply the darker shade of blue in there. Once you're happy with those lines, I am then going to sprinkle on some glitter. We're going to have two different shades of glitter. Both shades are just going to try and mimic the shade of blue that I'm using, or as close as you can, preferably. If you don't have coloured glitters, I can recommend using, as long as you have like one of those white glitter. Is it white? Yeah, I think so. It's been a while. It's been a very, very long time since I used the whitey kind of see-through fine glitter, but often when I didn't have coloured, I'd use that on top of a coloured gel polish, and it would like tint the glitter to make it look a bit more, you know, the colour that I'm using, the gel polish. So that's a nice little alternative. I can't remember off the top of my head now about that glitter, but I will try and dig it out because I used to use that all the time daily almost in my videos, and I used to also use it quite often in Christmas designs. So I'm going to try and dig it out and use it, because I know now that I'm talking about it, I love that stuff. So we're going to have to start using it again. Here goes the darker blue, and here comes the darker blue glitter. Sprinkle that on top. Of course, in between each glitter application, we are curing, by the way, guys. So we cured, wiped it, did the blue dark lines. Again, the glitter in the lamp it goes, wipe again. The last stage would be some crystals on this nail, very last little stage. I already pre-prepped my placement, so we've got a couple of ABs, circle shape ones as well. We do have a white bow as well, a nice little cute charm. We've got this big thing too, which I thought I will place down too. Then goes this little silvery thing I got on AliExpress a while back, and it's actually kind of fun to replace your crystals for it sometimes, just adds an extra little touch of something different, which is nice. And that's that. We're going to pop that into the lamp for a cure, get that in place, and that is the set done. Our first proper, should we say, Christmas design. So I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I would love to see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.